and welcome to my channel. For today's session, we are going to be doing some energetic alignment for rising to greet your highest self. I thought this would be perfect for this new year to support you, and it's also a great pairing for the sponsor for today's video. So we'll chat about that for a minute. We'll light some sage and begin our distance healing session. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. In 2022, I am setting a new mental health goal to really dive into shadow work. We've done this in the past, but this is going to be a big aspect of my healing in this year. And one of the best ways to follow through on healthy mental health habits is by working with a licensed therapist. With BetterHelp, you can access their network of over 20,000 licensed therapists. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional therapy that's done securely online. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. This has happened to me so many times and to people in my life. But if you've ever searched for a counselor in your area, you know that it can take weeks or even months to just get a phone call back. With BetterHelp, you can start communicating in as little as 48 hours. BetterHelp is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. And you'll get thoughtful and timely responses. This is absolutely true. Definitely have had this experience with BetterHelp. And you can also schedule weekly phone or video calls, which is wonderful because that means that you don't have to sit in a waiting room and feel really uncomfortable in a situation that for many is already a little out of your comfort zone. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is also available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/Reiki with Anna. That's better HELP. And join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. You deserve to prioritize your mental health this year. Get 10% off your first month using the code betterhelp.com/Reiki with Anna. And back to our session. So as always with our sessions here, we're going to begin by doing a bit of clearing. I'm using this sage bundle to clear and cleanse. Just clearing and cleansing anything that you might be bringing into this session that's not in service of your highest self. This is more of a light clearing. We're not doing anything super deep Just clearing the energy that you might be bringing in. So really making sure that your energetic field is nice and cleansed, clear, purified, so that we can begin setting our intention and filling up this space. Happy New Year. I am recording this before our live stream, so this is the first time I've seen you since the New Year, so Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful time celebrating this past year or closing this chapter and opening up a fresh one. I'd love to hear if you have any rituals that you do on the New Year. Every New Year's Eve I go out to the beach and usually with friends, and write different resolutions or things I'd like to manifest, things I'd like to invite in, and also things I'd like to clear in the upcoming year. And I always write it twice. I burn one and save the other. And as part of the ritual, I go back through and look at my previous year and just sort of see what I was able to accomplish, if I was able to clear any things that I wanted to release. And it's a really fun time of reflection, I feel. So that's part of my ritual. I'd love to hear if you do anything. And I always, something to do with water. I either submerge my feet or if I'm brave enough, go for a swim. Depends. So I'd love to hear if you have any rituals, even if it's just like getting together with family or whatever. It's nice to invite in a certain energy. I think rituals or traditions or whatever can be a helpful way of kind of marking that time. Okay, gorgeous. Now I'm going to just pop over here, grab the little selenite wands, and we'll do a little bit of further clearing, okay? So I'm going to be using these selenite wands to just kind of scan through your body, your physical body, your energy body, just move down through and pick up anything, any kind of residual energy that we don't really want for this session. Okay, so starting at your crown and moving down. For this session, we're really going to be focusing on just kind of connecting and reconnecting with your highest self. So for a lot of this, we're going to be focusing in your upper chakras, in the crown and the third eye, primarily the crown. Just connecting with your higher self, all of the sessions that we've been doing lately have been in support of this idea of creating a real connection to our highest, wisest selves, supporting this idea of manifesting the life that we want to live. And this to me is sort of the zenith, the kind of pinnacle of all of that work. We are now applying all of the different aspects that we've moved through, and hopefully this can really support you in this new year with these. There's an energy in the air of fresh new beginnings, and hopefully you can harness that energy. It's a collective energy, and hopefully we can just use it to our advantage to say, this is an energy that's being shared, and how can I harness this energy and use it in my life? That can be a really powerful practice, using the energy that exists around us, coming from behind your head now, and coming on either side, swooping through. But this can be a powerful practice. This energy exists. We are sharing this energy together. And now we can use it. Gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and light this candle, and we will set our intention, okay? Okay, so on behalf of your highest, wisest, most empowered and aligned self, in loving comfort and perfect balance, I wish to conduct this distance Reiki session for connecting with your higher self, clearing any blockages that are preventing you from aligning with your highest self. And providing you support on your journey. Okay. If you would like to set your own intention, or maybe clarify or specify the intention that we've set here together, feel free to use this candle to do so now. Okay, here you go. I'm going to place this here. And now I'm going to light a little bit of incense off of our flame. We're doing this to preserve the intention that we've set, honor that intention, and I'm going to use this smoke to clear anything that's not in service of that intention. A little bit of a deeper clearing. And then I will draw the sacred Reiki symbols using the little bud. Okay. So I'm going to draw the the sacred symbols about a foot from your heart center, okay? Now using the smoke to clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse. It's beautiful. Clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse. Clearing and cleansing, clearing and cleansing, clearing and cleansing. Clearing your heart, solar plexus, sacral root, and moving up the throat, third eye, crown. So our higher self speaks to us in many different ways. One way that our higher self speaks to us is through envy. If there is someone you are envious of, that could be your higher self saying, hey, I want something that that person has. Move closer to that. That can be a nice way as well from a compassionate and balanced perspective to say, my feelings don't have to be, I don't have to judge my feelings. Envy can exist, and that's just what it is. But how can I take this and maybe learn something from it about myself, rather than making whatever you might think about that individual, rather than making that the focus, make the focus about what you would like, how you would like to change your life. You don't have to focus on the other individual. You can focus on your growth and see it as an opportunity to move closer to what you'd like to do. Another way that your higher self might be communicating with you is through things that, or people whom you are judgmental of. If you're feeling really judgmental of someone, don't just maybe simply brush it off and say, I shouldn't be doing that, and move on. Maybe just take a minute with it and say, I wonder why I'm so judgmental of this person. very often, and I think there are some who would say always, the subject of our judgment, it really has very little to do with them and a great deal to do with us. Something we're working through. And that doesn't mean that other people can't do things that are wrong or that we don't like, but usually a strong reaction is an opportunity to learn something about ourselves. So if there's something or someone that you're very judgmental of, practice doing a little bit of that shadow work. Start to say, what is it about this person that I don't like and I'm not aligning with? And that could be a way that your higher self is speaking to you. That you want to move away from that kind of behavior. Or in some cases, we're judgmental of someone because we're actually envious of them, right? But sometimes that can be a real opportunity to learn something about ourselves. Because these things, judgment and envy, they take a lot of energy. And so if we are expending that much energy, sometimes it's not for nothing. Sometimes it's in order to learn something about ourselves. Sometimes this is our higher self speaking to us and saying, there's something that you need to know here. We're going to send you a very strong emotion so that you pay attention. So these are some things to just be aware of when you are starting to connect with your higher self. These are the things that you can do while I'm doing this energetic healing, which will stay with you for a while. So there are several other ways that our higher self can speak to us. In terms of energy, when do you feel really tired? Who are you around? What are the circumstances? And not just simply tired, but weary. When are you feeling weary? Down? And when do you feel really low? And when do you feel lifted? When do you feel joyful? Really taking stock of our emotions can be a beautiful way of connecting with our higher self. And I think it's honestly impossible, to connect to our higher self without aligning our emotions or inviting awareness into our emotional fields. I think that's a really empowering aspect of healing and this kind of work in particular. We can't really ignore the power of awareness, of knowing yourself, taking the time to really get to know yourself as you are, not as you'd like to be, not as is projected on you from your family, your friends, your partner, your boss, your employees or coworkers, society, whatever it might be. But you, knowing yourself just as you are, perfectly imperfect, that's all that matters. You, as you are, someone else's perspective of who you are. There's not much space for that here. The truth is that only you know who you are. Only you know how you feel. So this is all beautiful information for you. If you're willing to take the opportunity to, I said that funny, the opportunity to learn from these things. See them as lessons, as messages. This is a little bit of, I ran out of this. What it says is in the bottle, so I've made my own, and this is a frankincense, lavender, and tea tree blend that I've put together. And let me tell you, it's delightful. So, we really want to fill your energy with sparkly, supportive, healing goodness. Okay. So now I'm going to make a little grid on your body, and then we're going to run through with a few stones. And for this, we're going to primarily be moving through, like I said, through these upper chakras, but we're going to make a grid all along your body, placing stones actually on your physical body. So I'm going to start by placing this little amethyst cluster right on the crown of your head. And this is a wonderful stone for really connecting with your higher self, for that clarity. Great stone of spiritual alignment. Very empowering stone. So we're just going to use this to kind of open up this gorgeous channel in your crown, opening yourself up to these beautiful messages from the universe. Doing our best to remain sober mind, sober thought. Now we're going to take this lapis lazuli, and I'm going to place this on your third eye, very gently on the third eye, like so. And I'm going to just invite in this gorgeous kind of regal energy into this space. There's this ability, almost sort of like leader quality. There's a beautiful connectedness with lapis. It's also a great stone of intuition, wonderful for balancing the third eye. You can use it in the throat chakra as well. But it's so gorgeous. Can connect to seeing kind of the inner beauty. Can also be used to connect with our outer beauty as well. Okay. So now we have this little blue lace agate. I'm going to place this very gently on your throat chakra. And this is to balance this area of honest and open communication, this area of the conscious mind, kind of really taking a gentle but firm approach to our conscious thoughts. Maybe even embracing or opening ourselves up to meditation and daily mindfulness practices. Great for connecting with our authentic selves. This is great for dream work, all this kind of stuff. So placing this here on the throat chakra, it's very gentle, very light. So it should feel comfortable and supportive. Okay. And now for the heart chakra, we're going to be using this rose quartz quartz. It's a nice, rather large, polished rose quartz. And we're going to be using this on your heart center. This is a great stone for balancing your heart center, for inviting in unconditional love, universal love. It's a great stone for harmony, care, and kindness. It is one that I connect to personally for protection and sending this beautiful protective energy out around myself in my energetic field, and also if I'm ever sending protective energy to a loved one or to a place or a person or someone that I know and love that's moving through something, or to an event, to whatever it might be that I am choosing to send healing, loving energy to, or protection to. I love using this. So it's a beautiful stone, and I'm going to be placing this right at your heart center there. Gorgeous. For our solar plexus, I'm going to use the citrine, little citrine point. It's a cute little guy, and it has a few flashes in it. We are going to place this 2 to 3 fingers above your belly button there, and this is really all about inviting in this sunny, vibrant energy, confidence, empowerment, worthiness. So as we connect with our higher self, this is about taking action there. Now we have this carnelian. It's such a lovely, smooth stone. It's like so tactile, and just, it's like the stone itself is a very nurturing stone, but also just the feel of it is so nurturing. So I'm going to be placing this 2 to 3 fingers beneath your belly button there, on your low belly, to really help support the sacral area. This connection to your emotions, that awareness, opening up to receiving these messages. Being your own nurturer, being your own parent. I have a session about reparenting, so hopefully that can support that. And now we're going to be placing these 2 stones outside of your hips. So I'm going to place this smoky quartz. This is a great stone for balancing above and below. So as we do this kind of upper chakra balancing, healing work, we're also balancing that with our lower chakras, making sure that there is a harmony here, as above, so below, as within, so without, really creating a gorgeous kind of harmony and balance here. That even though we're focusing on these upper chakras and connecting to our higher self, we can still be present in this moment. We can still move through our day with presence. It's kind of just inviting in balance and centering here. So placing this outside of your right hip. And then we're going to place this petrified wood. Great for grounding. Great for really allowing us to harness and tether ourselves to the earth, to this plane, while we do this work up here. So both of these are really great for balancing. And you can use the petrified wood to kind of call in the wisdom of our ancestors, call in the wisdom of the trees. One of you requested a video on patience recently, and I have a video on patience from last year. So I think I linked that for you, but using petrified wood would be a great one for that. Really connecting with the wisdom of the trees. Patience, trusting that it's all going to happen the way it needs to. Okay. All right. Gorgeous. I'm now going to run through with a few stones and just kind of fill up your energy with the energy of these stones. First, we're going to start by activating these stones that I've just placed using this clear quartz point to draw the activation symbol outside of your 7 primary chakras. We're going to start down at the root and then work our way up. Now I'm going to move through. This is a peach stillbite. I love the structure of the stone. It's incredibly beautiful and the perfect stone for connecting with your higher self. It's a kind of peachy pink stone, and it has this like frothy, almost bubbly appearance behind the classic bow tie structure of the stillbite. Beautiful stone for connecting your actions with your heart space, moving from a place of love. It's one of my favorite stones in my collection. And then it is backed by this blue-green kind of turquoise that actually matches my wall. Turquoisey color for the raw stone. And so I'm going to move through in the mental plane and send this empowered energy into the third eye and the crown. And this energy is really about helping you connect, helping open and balance. Open, balance, and connect. If you want to, you can breathe this energy in. I'm going to take this amethyst cluster. I'm smiling because my dog's hair was on it. My dog doesn't shed, but she got a haircut a few weeks ago and it still has little hair on it. Okay, so I'm going to move through like that. connecting the properties of both stones. Alignment, balance, enlightenment, spiritual connection, openness, clarity, love. Both stones have such a gorgeous, like, zing, pop, zing, pop, zing, pop of energy. It's so fun. Lovely. So, on the next few breaths, just imagine that as you inhale, your breath is rising up and meeting my hands as I place them on the very crown of your head. So your breath is coming in, kind of opening up this channel. Okay, so you're meeting my hands as I place them very gently on the top of your head. And now on your next comfortable inhale, you are not only meeting my hands, but you're actually pushing my hands up. Okay? Beautiful. You're doing the same thing again on your next comfortable breath, and you're pushing my hands farther up. So as you inhale, imagine that energy floating in and then funneling up through the top of your head so my hands actually lift. Okay? Okay, gorgeous. Now you can feel free to breathe normally. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to place my hands on the nape of your neck and on your forehead, okay? Just allow, just receive healing and balancing in this area, healing and balancing in this space. divine. You are connected. You are expressive. You are loved. You are strong. You are creative. And you are emotionally balanced. You are safe and protected. We're going to leave this crystal grid on your body. And before you leave for the rest of your day or night, I would like to place 2 stones in the palms of your hands, if that's available. This Kumbhaba jasper to support you in this time of transformation, and this Subterranean to help you set comfortable, healthy boundaries as you move forward in your spiritual journey, okay? These are 2 of my favorite stones, and I'm going to place them ever so gently in your palms. You can just open up your hand. There we go. Thank you. Gorgeous. Now doing a little bit of just fluffing your aura. Fluffing your energy fields. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do check out BetterHelp. I think it's an incredible resource, and thanks again to them for sponsoring this video. And yeah, let me know what you think. And until I see you again, be so well. Okay. Just wants cuddles. Come on, Mama. For today's video, I just wanted to do a little chakra activation. And just doing a little bit of balancing and aligning. But this is a new kind of video for me. I usually, speak directly to the collective instead of the individual, so that always happens when I'm trying to do it like a perspective. Maybe your perspective on things is a little clouded at the moment. I'm not sure if that resonates with you, but that's what I'm getting here. But just sort of being aware of what is coming in so that we can be more prepared to make that decision. I love metallic sounds. There's like clicky clacky sounds. But it does have kind of a funny smell. I'm not gonna lie, when I first used it,